Good morning, good morning. I got big eyes. Thank you all for joining me. I am Applied Knowledge. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on the social media handles that I have given you in the description below. Um, Excuse me if I'm talking like very fast. I'm just having one of those hasty days. But I just wanted to share a bitter experience that I had that kind of made me realize something about life itself and myself as a person. So, um, like a while back, I had been working on this show. It was a musical called Seussical, and it's like a Dr. Seuss inspired live action play. And it had like Horton Hears a Who and all that and such and whatever. So the guy that I've been working under, his name is Brian Anderson. He works at Overture Center in Madison, Wisconsin, and he's like very great when it comes to live sound. So I kind of used him as a mentor, and he showed me a lot of things. And also Jim Uphoff, he's done a lot on Broadway in New York and things like that. So just want to give them their credit and recognize them two men as a big inspiration, and the skills that I have today for live sound would really be uh, them teaching me. So, but yeah, so apart from all that, I had been working on that show. So I ran into Brian one day and I was just asking him about, how's work going and things like that. And he had been working on this project to get a new sound system put in theater. So, and I think, I forget when this was. I don't even remember when it was, but there was still snow on the ground. So he told me about this show that was coming to my job that I work at in Madison at another theater, um, the show Man of La Mancha. And I can't really tell you what it's about because I don't know. Um, but other than that, he told me, like, hey, I was supposed to be doing this show, but I can't do it. Would you like to do it? So I'm like, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do it. I haven't really had that much experience, but shit, if you give me the work, fuck it, why not? So yeah, so he was just like, yeah, I'll let the person who's directing it and who's in charge of that let them know. Um and I'm not going to use any names. um if the person that watches this then they'll understand, and you'll know who I'm talking about. But I'm not going to use any names because I'm not trying to stir up any controversy, even though that's not the way I'm coming off. I'm just using that as an example. So excuse me. So yeah, he recommends me and things like that. So the show just started uh 2 weeks ago is when we came in. At first I found out that okay, they didn't really know who was going to be operating sound. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, little that they know, it's going to be me. Uh, about the first day comes and I find out that they have picked another sound person. And the sound person they picked happened to be somebody that I had worked with previously. And I was very bitter when I found out who it was, because I'm like, this kind of sucks because one, like I felt like I was the one recommended in the first place. But and then the second thing that got me was like, okay, I work here. I'm familiar with the space. I know where everything is, and I really felt fucked up about that. I can't nothing less of that. Like I just felt fucked up. Like wow, like why would they even do that to me? So for like half of that day, it was like a rehearsal. No, it was a set. The day, it was like 2 days of setting up. So like half of that day, I'm just walking around like just fucked up. Fucked up. I mean, if y'all would have seen me, I was just like, oh my god, like sick. I'm talking about sick. But it's also something that I had to relearn. Like, um, you may not always get picked to be in that number one spot, but you do have to understand that if somebody does get picked over you, it's because they were best fit for that position. Doesn't mean that you didn't have the skills and you didn't have the work ethic or whatever, but it was that person that they entrusted at that time, and they felt like they were best fit to handle that position. And in my case, they felt I was best fit to handle the position that I was in, which was just doing house crew, setting up, striking, and one, because I knew where everything was. So it's like, all right, give this person, give this position to a person that is great with live sound, that's great with theater, and knows everything that has to happen for this show and how it has to be done, and knows how it needs to be set up, versus me not knowing how it has to be set up, not knowing anything about the show, and not really having that much experience in the first place. So it's like, okay, but you put me in a position where I'm in charge of other people and I know where to direct people to go get things. So after I kind of let that settle in, it was like, all right, I'm in the best position right now because I know where everything is. I know where to direct people, and it's easy for me, versus me being in a position that I'm not absolutely sure, and that other person being in a position where they don't know where shit is. And it's like, okay, if I send them to go get something, they don't know where it is because they don't know the space. So just looking at it like that, like, don't ever get to a point or a place where you feel like you deserve to be in a position that you didn't get in, but always be grateful and always recognize that wherever you're at right now is the best position for you, because you know how to get the job done, and you know the skills, and you have everything that you absolutely need to be able to execute whatever uh, positions you need to do, or whatever the word is. You just to be able to execute that goal or task 110%. And yeah, that's what I leave you with today. And yeah, don't get bitter. I mean, we humans, so it's gonna happen. But just don't let nothing like that just sit for too long, because you're in the best position. Like you're playing your cards right. And and don't and if you're one of those kind of people that just stays bitter, then obviously there's just more that you need to learn anyway. Because if you uh, continue to feel like that, then I don't know, maybe you just need there's some issues. Definitely, you got to work some issues out with your damn self. So that's just how that is. But yeah, don't let yourself get too down or discouraged by anything. Just look where you're at and like, okay, I can execute this, and I'm the right person for the job. So, and that's ultimately that's why you're at the job, because you are the right person. You got picked over hundreds of other people that might have applied for that same position, but you were the best one. So look at it like that, and always continue to think, continue to keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually you're going to be in a position where one person may have felt they should have been. People are going to hate on you. So you just got to look at it like that. But that's what I leave you with today. It was just one of my bitter moments that I had to share. But yeah, I thank you all for joining me. I hope y'all have a great week. It's Monday motivation, so get motivated and use this for motivation. So yeah, appreciate y'all. Thanks for checking this video out, and thank you for subscribing. I'm Applied Knowledge. Peace.